Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We Need to Talk. If you're new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are old, welcome back, like I said. So something very exciting happened to me this past weekend. Today is December 17th, and this past weekend I graduated with my master's in cellular and molecular biology. This weekend I graduated with my master's in biology, master's of science in biology, and we need to talk. And today, y'all, we need to talk about post-grad life. So this isn't going to be one video. This is actually going to be a 30-day video titled 30 Days Out. If you watch my previous video, you will see that my graduation theme for my video, my theme for my graduation video was first day out, because I've been through hell and back since I've been getting my master's, and that's probably an understatement. And I wanted to celebrate the fact that I made it out of the chain gang. I made it out. I made it out. I went through a lot, and I experienced a lot, and I learned a lot, most of all, and now I'm finished. But I don't want to sit here and glorify graduation as if it's something that is, I don't want to glorify me being done with school as this beautiful, happy, everything falls into place type of deal, because it's not. So I am going to be recording the truthful, unfiltered, raw 30 days out after graduation, post-graduation struggles, because no matter what field you may be in, no matter how promising they make the field seem, there are struggles that you go through when you are getting a career or a job after graduation. And a lot of the times we don't talk about it. Post-graduation depression is very, very real. When I graduated with my bachelor's of science, I experienced that, and I didn't even know that I did until after I sat back and thought about it, and I talked to other people who experienced the same thing that I was going through. And this video is not to say that everyone is going to experience post-graduation depression. It's just to make you guys aware of something that we don't talk about, because everybody makes it seem like once you graduate college, everything just falls into place the way that it's supposed to. You won't always find a job once you graduate, or have one secured once you graduate. You won't get that apartment, that house, those cars that you expect to get and not be in your parents' house. You won't find a job. You won't have this source of income that fits the degree that you got. Those loans definitely will still be waiting on you once you graduate, but there's a lot of things that go into graduating beyond graduation, and I would like to use my channel and my platform to speak truthfully, raw, and unfiltered about post-graduation, because there's a lot to it that a lot of people don't talk about. And this is not to downplay or take away from anyone who finds a job after they graduate, who gets that house after they graduate, who has the source of income, who gets the salary that matches the hard work that they put into the degree that they achieved. This is not to downplay any of those, but I want to make sure that we recognize that there is a struggle that comes with graduating and finding a job that fits what you went to school for. We did not fight, we did not struggle, we did not go through all these trials and tribulations to have someone tell us that we can get a job with our degree for $10 an hour. So I am going to use my platform to go through my journey 30 days out from graduation and me finding a job, because I graduated with my master's. I do plan to go to get either a medical degree or a PhD. I'm not really sure, but that's why I am in the process of looking for jobs. So I did a lot of research within my field as a science major, and right now I am in the process of applying to research positions after graduating, that will allow me to get a better advance my skills in research and truly solidify whether or not this is something I want to do, because a lot of things that we don't talk about with post-graduation is sometimes you don't actually end up in the field that you graduated with, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it may be for the worse, but right now I am in the process of looking for a job within my field doing research, and I have a master's degree, and I want to show you that trust the process. Honestly, we trusted the process to get through college, and we made it. And even if you didn't get through college, you're trusting the process that you're gonna make it out on top. If you've applied, if you're in school, if you're taking classes, no matter what you have done in school, no matter what your GPA looks like, no matter what you had to get through to get there, no matter what your financial aid is looking like, no matter how you feel about yourself, you're trusting the process enough to know that you'll make it through because you're taking the steps to make it through. So I want to make sure that I am transparent in my channel to show you some of the struggles and some of the triumphs, because this is not all just hard and it's like you're depressed and sad all of the time. You have the good times and you have the bad times, but I just want to use my channel to be a platform to others, to make them more knowledgeable about things to expect once you graduate, because everything does not always fall into place. Sometimes it will, but sometimes it won't. So I graduated on December 14th. Today is December 17th. I am going to make sure I vlog daily for my 30 days out, but the first 2 days, the first 2 days I didn't vlog because I was out of town celebrating my graduation, so there wasn't that much that did go on. I will start this day 3, so technically we're on day 3, and I will start off my day 3 for my 30 days out by saying, before I graduated, I applied to tons and tons of jobs. Most of them I applied to in November. When I graduated undergrad, my sister recommended that I have someone work on a resume for me, so I went to LinkedIn, and basically with LinkedIn you have if you want someone to help you with your resume, you have the option to pick. I'm not sure, I'll have to look up how you can have someone work on a resume for you, but they'll give you 5 options of people that will reach out to you and say what they can do for your resume and how they want to help you with your resume, and then out of those 5 people you choose someone that you would like to move forward with helping you with your resume. I am an advocate for black people because I am black, so when I did do that, I had someone that was of my skin color help me, because ultimately I want to help as many people as I can, and I want to start with my people first because we are at a more of a disadvantage. So they all interviewed me, and it wasn't to say that they were unqualified and I just picked her because she was black. She reached out, I mean, she stood out to me the most, the way that she talked with me and said that she would help me with my resume. So anytime you request to have someone help you with your resume, you'll have 5 people, I believe it's 5 people, reach out to you. It may be less, but you'll have people reach out to you, and then you get to choose who you want to help you with your resume. The way the process worked for me is I sent her the resume that I already had and told her what I wanted to have included in my resume based off of my own experiences, and then she worked on it, and then she got back with me, and I was allowed one round of edits to whatever she came up with, and then she sent me it again. So depending on who you work with is how many edits they'll go through for your resume before it's like, okay, you have to accept this. So hers was set up to where she did it, then she wanted me to go through it and say what I wanted fixed, cleaned up, or taken out of my resume, and then I sent her my comments, and then she sent it back to me. And when she sent it back to me, I got it in a Word document and a PDF document, so I will have both forms of it. And it's like $100 and something depending on who does it. I know that she did give me a discount, but it's like, it was $100 and something, and to most people they'll look at this and they're like, oh, that's they may think $100 for my resume, that's a lot, but you have to think of the investment you're making in your future. Your resume is something that you will consistently be submitting, especially after graduation. So that was easy to hash out that money because I knew it was something that was actually contributing to my future. So think about that whenever you are deciding on whether or not you want to have someone help you with your resume, or if that's nothing to you, then that's good. But just think about that for some people who don't feel like they need to pay that much. This is investing in your future. This is how jobs will see you. This is the only thing jobs will see before they actually see you. So you want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward. And for me, it was having a resume that was tailored to the qualifications that I had, but also tailored to the age that we're in. Because my resume was so outdated, I just kept putting on my experiences, but I didn't realize how much the format was different than what I started with my resume. So for me, it was easy to hash out that money because it was an investment in my future. So I have that resume and I just continue to build on that. So when I first graduated undergrad, I didn't really have that much luck before I had someone work on my resume, because this isn't something I did automatically, but I didn't have someone first work on that resume for me until like a couple of months out of graduation. And when I did, it seemed like it was very helpful in getting me to the point of interviewing, because the systems are very differently in the way you submit applications. So I did see like a change in like how many responses I was getting from having that new resume. So this time around, I decided to apply earlier than I did with undergrad, because in undergrad I spent a lot of time working with people to make sure that I had everything I needed to include on my resume, and then I had someone put it in the format that I needed it to be in and make it look better than I could have made it. So after that, so for this time around, so that took a long time in undergrad. I didn't finish my resume until December. And so that's a big part of why I never had someone work on it right away, is because I felt like I did everything I needed to, so I didn't feel like I need someone else, but I did, and I'm grateful that I did. So this time around for my master's, I wanted to make sure I was more proactive. So in November, after a lot of things slowed down, I was able to focus on applying to jobs, but I was able to focus a lot more on applying to jobs. So that's what I did. I applied to a lot of jobs. Since I am by myself, it's just me, I'm young, I don't have any kids, there was nothing that was tying me to one specific location. So when I applied very broadly. I was applying to schools, hospitals, research institutions everywhere, from Texas to Massachusetts to Ohio, where I'm from, to just a lot of different areas. A lot of the applications I've submitted, I will make this disclaimer, I did submit both a cover letter and a resume. You set yourself apart if you put yourself a cover letter on your application, because that's more professional and that's what they're looking for. A lot of people don't include cover letters, but having one will definitely set you apart. So I submitted cover letters and resumes, and you tailor your resume a little bit towards the job that you're applying to, but if all of them are within the same discipline or field, you don't have to change that much. And that goes for a cover letter as well. Make a cover letter that you can use in almost all the jobs that you're applying for. You just have to tweak words around them. Don't be lazy about it, because this is the job that you're applying for, so you want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward. So in November, I applied to a lot of jobs. Because I'm graduating in December, and this is how it happened for my undergraduate, the responses as far as following up and getting back to me are a little bit different, just because I'm graduating around the holiday season. So most people are looking for next year or January next month. So we will see how that goes. Currently, I want to say I at least have applied to 30 different job positions. I would say about 30 jobs right now. I do apply every day. I'm signed up for Indeed and LinkedIn, and then I recently just found out through some professors that I should make sure that I'm using my research is in cancer biology. So some of my professors were telling me you should also use those societies that you're a member of to look for jobs as well. So I'm going to be doing that as well, and reaching out to the people that I met during the conference to help me. But right now I've applied to, I want to say, at least 30 some jobs as far as research, and like I said, I've applied very broadly, so they're all over the place. I only heard back from one of them where they did not move forward with my application. It was for MD Anderson Cancer Center, and this was for a research investigator position. And the reason that they did not move forward with my application, it says because I do not meet the minimum experience required for this position. Now, I do want to go to that job just so you guys can just to give you guys an idea, because like I said, I want to be transparent. It's not always going to be that they just don't want you. Sometimes they will tell you you don't have the experience even though you feel like you do. So excuse me, I'm trying to pull up the I wish I would excuse me. So I'm trying to pull up the job just to see like what the job title actually says, just so I can tell you how I feel about whether or not I had the experience or not. And also, I will be honest with you guys as far as me applying. When I first graduated undergrad, I worked at Chick-fil-A at first. So I worked there when I was in high school, and I worked there during breaks from college. So it was easy for me to transition back to that job knowing that I would be moving somewhere else. So in undergrad, once I graduated, I was working at Chick-fil-A. They wanted to move me to a manager position, but that wasn't something I wanted to do because I knew this is not like the end point for me. So I ended up moving to another job before then as a working at a nursing home as an activities assistant before I was able to get a managerial position at Chick-fil-A. And I know you guys are probably like, okay, they're offering a manager position and you went to a nursing home as an activities assistant. But sometimes you have to make sacrifices in order to get into the position that you want. At the time, I was thinking about going into an accelerated nursing program. So that would have worked for me because they pay for you to get your CNA, which is a step forward for me to be able to go into an accelerated nursing program to get a feel of that field. So I was working at a nursing home. I only worked there like I wouldn't say I worked there a year before, and I was actively applying for jobs in that time as well. So I wouldn't even say I worked there a year before I decided to apply. I mean, I was applying to jobs actively as I was working there because I knew this isn't where I wanted to end. So I did end up getting a job at a hospital in admitting. So basically doing registration and records at a hospital in the admitting department and for a new hospital that was opening up. And that was definitely a great experience for me because it allowed me to see that's an environment I would like to work in, as far as just like the fast-paced, different environment of a hospital. I enjoyed working there. I stopped working there because I ended up coming back to school, but I'll say at Chick-fil-A I was working like I was getting probably $10 to $11 an hour, and this is after graduation. At the nursing home, I think I was getting like $10 an hour possibly. I know it was less than what I was getting paid at Chick-fil-A, but like I said, they were going to pay for me to get my CNA, which is something that would help me move forward if I wanted to go into the accelerated nursing program. So I was okay with taking that cut because the benefit it would have had for my future. But I think it was like $9 or $10 honestly, and I hated working there. I'll be honest with you, I hated working there. It wasn't fun. I did appreciate the residents and the wisdom that they were able to give me, but I did not like working there because I graduated with a bachelor's of science in biology and I'm working at a nursing home. That wasn't what I wanted to do, and I wasn't getting the pay that I wanted. So that I didn't enjoy working there, but I did it. And then I trusted the process, and this is the goal that I want you guys to get from this day 3 of my 30 days out, is trusting the process. Because my third job that I had before starting my master's was working at a hospital in registration and records, like I said, and admitting for the emergency room. And that job, I went from getting paid $10 an hour to getting paid $17 an hour. And that was something I was not expecting at all. So I was getting paid $17 an hour to do registration of records and admitting for this emergency room at this hospital. So trusting the process actually helped me, because not only did going from Chick-fil-A to a nursing home, which would have helped me with getting into a different program, what not only was it a pay cut, but I was unhappy there. But I trusted the process, and I continued to work, and I continued to be a great worker through it all, and I continued to apply to jobs, and I was able to find me a job that paid more. So like I said, right now I've applied to a lot of jobs, and I only heard back from one, but I will continue to apply for jobs until I hear yes. It only takes one yes to be the job that you're looking for. I could say honestly, during my undergrad, especially when I was working at the nursing home, I was applying to at least 10 jobs a day. I applied to over 100 jobs just to get one yes. That was enough for me to not only get paid way more than what I was getting paid, but also it was literally a pivotal point for me getting into my master's program, because it didn't happen. It came out of nowhere, and it was truly a blessing, and I'm thankful for the experiences I got from working at that hospital. So right now, day 3 of my 30 days out, I don't have a job. I don't have a career. I do have a job right now. While I was in grad school, I was also working at the pharmacy as a pharmacy technician. So right now, the only job that I have is a pharmacy technician at CVS. I'm working part-time there. They keep asking me when my last day is and what I'm doing next. And honestly, my answer has been to everybody, I don't know. I know I'm applying to jobs and I'm doing what I'm supposed to, but I don't know where life is going to take me. But I'm going to trust the process. And I want you to do the same. And if anything, I want this, at the end of these 30 days, to teach you to trust the process. So I've heard one no out of the 30-something jobs I've applied to, which is a little encouraging, and it was because I didn't have the experience, which I probably didn't. And I'm gonna try and include like a screenshot of the qualifications for the job so you guys can see why they said I didn't have the experience. Position where I don't have a job within my field. I don't know what's next for me. My lease to my apartment is up this month, and I need to figure out what I'm doing. So I hope you enjoy this journey of my 30 days out. I hope you're able to learn and grow with me, and I hope it inspires someone to trust in the process, because no one said life was going to be easy, and graduating college does not make it any easier. In fact, I feel like it's harder once you graduate than it is being in school. So this is something I did not learn in college at all, and I want to make sure I'm sharing and giving my advice on things that I felt like we should be discussing in college. So welcome to 30 days out. We're on day 3. And I hope you enjoy this journey. I hope you grow with me. I hope you give me advice. I hope you can learn. And I hope you truly see the unfiltered truth about graduating college by the end of the 30 days. Because it's not a magical fairy tale ending no matter what. You're going to go through things just like you did in college. But college is, I feel like college is definitely a place that allows you to be stronger and changes your response in situations more than anything. So hopefully you can learn from my experience. Thank you for watching this video. Tune in tomorrow, because I will be posting every day, whether it's telling you about responses I've heard from jobs, what I've done today, how many jobs I've applied to, any of that. I'm going to give advice and tips that I learned from my undergraduate career, as well as giving you advice and updates on me having another degree and how that helps me. Because one thing I forgot to say is, while I'm applying to jobs now, I'm being a little bit more specific and meticulous in particular on what I am applying to, because I feel like now I have a little bit more experience. I'm not going to accept the same things I did in undergrad. Now I know regardless, I will still have to make sacrifices, because I can't expect that everything would just turn out the way that I want it to. But I am applying to positions where I feel comfortable with. I'm okay with the pay that they're giving me. I feel like I have the experience, and we'll see how this turns out. Welcome to 30 Days Out with Nakara. let's go ahead. Cheers to graduating.